Michael Carrick was never the loudest voice in the room. He was never the one demanding attention, never the player screaming for the ball, never the headline maker chasing applause. Yet for nearly 2 decades, wherever football was played at its highest level, Carrick was there, quietly shaping games, controlling tempo, and making those around him better. Now, in one of the most scrutinised jobs in world football, Michael Carrick stands at the centre of the storm as Manchester United's head coach. A position reserved for giants, a role that crushes many, and a responsibility that few ever truly earn. This is not the story of a prodigy crowned too early. This is the story of patience, of intelligence over ego, of a boy from the northeast who learned that influence does not need noise. Carrick was born in Wallsend, a town shaped by industry, discipline, and hard work. Football there was not about glamour, it was about survival, resilience, and community. From a young age, Carrick learned to read the game rather than dominate it physically. He wasn't the strongest, he wasn't the fastest, but he understood space, timing, and balance in a way that separated him from others. Like many talented boys in the region, his early football education came at Wallsend Boys Club, the same breeding ground that produced legends before him. Training there was not about being flashy. It was about mastering fundamentals, respecting the game, and thinking 2 steps ahead. Carrick dreamed of playing for Newcastle United, but football rarely follows the script a child imagines. When opportunities closed, he made a decision that changed his life forever. At just 15 years old, he left home, left comfort, left certainty, and moved south to London to join West Ham United's youth setup. For a quiet teenager, the transition was brutal. New city, new accent, new culture, new pressure. But Carrick adapted quickly, not through words, but through work. He arrived as a forward, but football had other plans. A shortage in midfield forced a positional experiment, and in that moment, Carrick found his true home on the pitch. He resisted at first, unsure if he belonged there, but once he settled, it became obvious that the game slowed down when he had the ball. Physically, Carrick struggled. A sudden growth spurt left him awkward and fragile. Coaches questioned whether his body would ever catch up with his mind, but his brain never betrayed him. He passed with purpose. He saw angles others missed. He understood rhythm, where to pause, when to accelerate, when to keep things simple. By his late teens, Carrick was knocking on the first-team door, and when he broke through, he didn't do it with flair, he did it with reliability. At West Ham, surrounded by gifted teammates, Carrick was often overlooked. Others carried the spotlight, others attracted headlines. But within the club, coaches knew his value. He was the glue, the organizer, the player who made everyone else function. Relegation followed. Many would have forced a move. Carrick stayed, played a full season in the second tier, improved, matured, earned recognition not through hype, but performance. Eventually Tottenham came calling. At Spurs, Carrick took another step forward, refining his role as a deep-lying midfielder. He learned how to control games against stronger opposition, how to dictate tempo under pressure, how to remain calm when chaos surrounds you. It didn't take long for one of football's sharpest minds to notice. Sir Alex Ferguson was not searching for a superstar, he was searching for balance, and in Carrick he saw a solution. When Carrick arrived at Manchester United, the expectations were immense. Replacing legends is never easy, especially in midfield, and early on, comparisons followed him relentlessly. He wasn't Paul Scholes, he wasn't Roy Keane, he didn't tackle like a warrior or score screamers from distance. But Carrick brought something else. Control. Game after game, season after season, he became the metronome, the invisible hand guiding United's dominance. 5 league titles, Champions League glory, domestic cups, European nights under pressure. Still, he remained underrated. Internationally, recognition never fully arrived. England's midfield debates often excluded him. Big personalities overshadowed him. Yet when elite managers spoke privately, Carrick's name always surfaced. They understood what the casual eye missed, that football intelligence does not shout. It whispers. As his playing career progressed, Carrick evolved into a leader. Not through speeches, but through example, through calmness in dressing rooms, through guidance to younger players, through understanding the club's culture. When his boots were finally hung up, his next chapter began immediately. Coaching was never a question. It was a natural progression. Carrick joined the Manchester United staff, learning under different managers, absorbing philosophies, observing mistakes, and understanding modern football from the technical area. When chaos struck the club, Carrick stepped in as interim manager for the first time. 3 games, 3 massive tests, and 3 composed performances. Players responded. Results followed. But the club chose a different direction, and Carrick quietly stepped away. No bitterness, no drama, just patience. At Middlesbrough, he finally received the opportunity to build something of his own. And he transformed them. From near the bottom of the table to promotion contenders. From uncertainty to belief. His football was progressive, brave and intelligent. Players trusted him. Fans believed in him. Even when results later dipped and the project ended, Carrick's reputation remained intact. He had proven he could coach, that he could lead, that he could build identity. So when Manchester United found themselves searching again, Carrick was ready. This time, not as a temporary fix, but as a serious contender. His philosophy is clear. Football played forward, midfield control, positional intelligence, trust in structure, freedom within discipline. He understands Manchester United not as a brand, but as a football institution. He lived it. He served it. He respected it. Carrick's strength has always been understanding moments. When to slow the game. When to push. When to protect. When to attack. As a coach, those instincts become even more powerful. The challenge ahead is enormous. Expectations are unforgiving. Mistakes are magnified. Patience is rare. But Carrick has never relied on noise. He relies on clarity, on preparation, on trust. From a shy boy in Wallsend to the head coach at Old Trafford, his journey is not about sudden brilliance. It is about accumulation. Every training session, every overlooked performance, every quiet decision. And perhaps that is why his story resonates, because in a sport obsessed with stars, Carrick proves that intelligence, humility, and consistency still matter. The question now is not whether he deserves the chance. It is whether football is finally ready to fully see him. If you enjoyed this deep dive into football stories beyond the headlines, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more football content every week.